Hey up YouTube, this is the unboxing video for the Canon 5D Mark IV. So, roll those titles. Right, here we go. So Canon 5D Mark IV. Now, this is exciting. It's not exciting, that's just the Canon Solution disc, which probably not going to use. It's a bit weird that they still give out discs and CDs in a lot of places, mainly because it's becoming a lot of MacBooks now and a lot of other computers don't come with a CD drive or DVD drive built into them anymore. So you're surprised that they don't give like USBs, but there's another disc there which is the software instruction manual. There's this big beast of a book here which is the Canon 5D Mark IV book, which again is probably going to go to drawer and I'm going to never read until I get frustrated and try and work out what's going on, and then I'm like, why can't I work it out? And I never read the manual because I'm a man. So just what I'll do is I'll just get everything out. It's going to be the body. There's the I don't know what that is. The charging port, the battery which is already in the camera. I swear I've not unboxed this already. The Canon 5D Mark IV strap, which comes especially with every Canon camera, so that when you're walking around you can look proud and wear it around you and everyone's like, what camera do you have? And you're like, I've got a Canon Mark IV. You can do that. And then that's it, that's everything. So, but the main thing is, it's all about this bad boy, innit? So, look at this. Oh, the magic. Magic. Oh, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful camera. So the grip, I've got to say straight away, first thing I noticed is this grip. This grip is really nice compared to the 5D Mark II, which I shoot on quite often. It's a lot nicer, it's easier to just stretch over to each button that I need to stretch to. But let's see what it looks like. So let's swap it over and take a look. Here we are now on the Canon 5D Mark IV. Now, a lot of people have been saying bad things about the fact that it doesn't have an articulating screen and all these little bits and bats. Now, personally, I don't think it needs an articulating screen, mainly because I can control everything from here, and you wouldn't even know. Well, you'd know if we were looking down like that. Now, I can understand that from a vlogger's point of view. You're constantly wanting to look at the camera, you can see where your exposure is, blah, blah, blah. But for something like this, when I'm sat down at my desk, I've got my camera set up, and Canon have brought out an amazing app, which is on my iPad at the minute. I'm looking through, I can change the exposure. So, for example, I'm going to go on and change the ISO. So you can pull the ISO down, you can pull it up to where you need it to be. You can change the f-stop to how you want it to be, and, you know, obviously it's knocked it off there, but you know, you could change your shutter speed. I could change the, for example, if I wanted to focus over there, I could focus over there. If I wanted to focus on the Joker poster in the background, just do all that. You know, it just makes it really easy to control and navigate on this app. And I know a lot of people have mentioned the Canon 5D Mark IV is an amazing camera for stills, it's got amazing AF, but I've not actually seen anyone mention the fact of the app that you can use for free as well. It's a free app, connects to the Wi-Fi that's built into the camera itself, and it's absolutely amazing. It's a lifesaver. It means that I can look in, I can see how long it's recording. So at the moment we're at 1 minute 55 seconds in this recording that I'm doing at the moment. I can stop it, I can start it, I can see, because one of the main problems that that I had with my 5D Mark II, including trying to film a video for this vlog, is that it kept cutting out, and obviously with the screen being behind, I can't tell if it's cut out or not. You can't see what's going on, whereas with this app, everything's there in front of you, and you can just check it all as you go in, and it makes life so much easier. So if I wanted to do something and I wanted to track it, I can track it using my iPad, which is absolutely amazing. So anyway, I've blabbered about that enough. First impressions on this camera seem to be pretty spot on for me so far. Now, like I say, I've moved from the Canon 5D Mark II. The Canon 5D Mark II is it is a great camera. I've used this for a long time. As you could probably tell by looking at it, it's had a bit of a batter into it at some point in its life. I've had this camera a good solid few years, but it's been an amazing camera, and again, that is one of the main reasons why I chose to go to Canon and chose to use the Canon 5D Mark IV. I did spend a long time looking for a right camera. I drove my girlfriend up the wall, constantly watching different videos, checking out different reviews, comparing it to different cameras. Should I get the Mark III? Should I get the Mark IV? Should I get the GH5? Should I get the GH4? You know, it was just endless looking and looking and looking. I even at one point thought, let's get the Canon 6D Mark II. The 6D Mark II for me had some amazing specs, but then looking at it from a filmmaker's point of view, it just didn't work for me. Now, I know the 5D Mark IV isn't designed for filmmaking as such. It's great for little videos like this, for weddings, for adverts, music videos. Now, I've looked at a few of those, absolutely amazing quality and spot on. And I use my 5D Mark II for a lot of the filming I've did recently. It's like, if you're going for a Canon and you're wanting to make films, get a C100, get a C200, get a C300. They're designed for filmmaking. If you want a stills camera, I'd say if you wanted just stills, go for Nikon. Nikon have some amazing stills cameras. Me personally, I've always been a Canon person. I've always used Canon, and for example, this one just fit and ticked every box I needed to tick. Yeah, it's got 4K with a crop sensor, and it does put it to an APS-C sensor, but you know, it's not a big deal for me. I'm not too bothered about shooting in 4K. But I've got that option if I ever did want to shoot in 4K. I had a 30 megapixel sensor, which is perfect for what I shoot. I shoot a lot of sport, I shoot a lot of portraits, weddings. These are the things that I can use that resolution. I can bring it down if I need to and crop it in. I can do what I need. There is a lot of cameras out there with a 50 megapixel camera, such as the 5D and the 5D SR, and you know, these cameras are made for those shooting inside of a studio. I don't shoot in a studio. I do a lot of outdoor shooting. I do a lot of night shooting and a lot of shooting that needs a high ISO. And this, I've seen some of the photos that people have put out there, and the photos are absolutely amazing. Ideally, I would have liked to go for a 1DX Mark II. The 1DX Mark II is just a powerhouse camera. It is absolutely amazing, but it was outside of my budget. I've got the 5D Mark IV, but that might be outside your budget. So these are all things to consider when you're looking for a camera anyway. But I've been rambling on enough. This is the 5D Mark IV. I'm still going to be using my 5D Mark II because it's an amazing camera and it's an amazing backup camera. A lot of people do still have the 5D Mark III. They've got a 5D Mark IV. I've not been that lucky to do that, but you know, this camera has been a good old trusty one, and it'll be a great one to stick in my bag. The best thing is this, both these cameras use the same batteries. I'll tell you about the 5D Mark IV once I use it a little bit more. But I have been Ryan Paul Troy, the Yorkshire filmmaker, and I'll see you in the next video.